Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thanks, Rhonda.
You're welcome.
I was like, well, maybe they can't hear me. It's like it doesn't say I'm muted, but you never know.
You never know. That's true. How are you
Uh-huh.
doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Doing good.
Looks like you guys had a visitor yesterday. Oh, wait, you're at Elizabethtown. Never mind.
Yeah. I started to say,
I was thinking Owensboro had Dr. Caboni was there.
right. Yeah. No, that's not us.
Oh, yeah.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, folks.
Good morning, everyone. All right, let's see. I would like to get the meeting called to order at 10 o'clock on October 1st. If Tanya, if you take record of that. And Tanya, can you do the roll call for us?
Sure. Jordan Basham.
Here.
David Brinkley,
Present.
Brian Campbell,
Here.
Rachel Cato,
Present.
Jordan Cole, Emily England,
Here.
Anthony Gilbert,
Present.
Monica Hines,
Present.
Julia Johnson,
Present.
Steve Lancaster,
Present.
Mike Loftus,
Present.
Lauren Ocello,
Here.
Jared Smith,
Here.
Rhonda Sullivan,
I'm here.
Doug Tate,
Here.
Robert Unsed, he's here, I see him. Tanya Vincent, present. Christopher Ware,
Present.
Jennifer Wilson.
Present.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Tanya. Now let's move on to the officer's report. I'm going to start off with the chair report. First off, I know we had planned on Susan Howarth being able to present how the WKU's budget is developed. Unfortunately, she had a family emergency this week and is unable to present that to us at this time. So we're going to have to postpone that for another meeting. And our thoughts and prayers go to Susan and her family. So hopefully everything works out well. Okay, some things I want to bring everyone's attention to. The Staff Excellence Award is, which was announced back late spring on our winners. And we have not been able to have the event to recognize them at this point, but the committee is working on trying to get an event together. Unfortunately, a lot of the things we want to do, like have food and recognition, some people don't feel comfortable with that, for good reason. I could definitely understand that. So we're looking into maybe having some kind of like walkthrough ceremony to help congratulate those winners. And Jared Smith, one of our staff centers, was the winner. He's a new member. He was elected after he was announced, and we also have Naomi Rowland and Casey Peden were the winners. But we're still looking into how we can get those members recognized for their excellence that they provide on campus. And I just want to thank everyone that has worked on basically the email management and how to handle correspondence with staff. And we've been working hard on it. And I especially want to thank Doug Tate, Lauren Ocello, Jennifer Wilson, Chris Ware, and Tanya Vincent for the time that they have put into that. And later on in our agenda, we're going to be discussing that some more to get just to let everybody know what kind of system we're working on for different circumstances. And also, Doug Tate sent out a document for parliamentary procedure this morning that he worked really hard on. It looks awesome, Doug, and I look forward to us implementing that in our future meetings. So I would encourage all of y'all to read that and help me stay on the proper parliamentary procedure course so we can effectively run our meetings. All right, so that's all I have. So going to the vice chair report. Monica.
No report today. Thank you.
Okay. Emily, do you have a treasurer report?
Beginning and ending balance for September was still $3,668.
Okay. Tanya, do you have a secretary report?
No.
Jennifer, do you have a communication report?
Just a couple of things to piggyback on what Mike already said. Communications has been working on a couple of projects specifically. One has been a system in place on how to handle comments, questions for guest speakers. And also we're very excited about a new anonymous email system that Doug has found for us. And I just want a special shout out as well for all the hard work. There's been several committee meetings and drill down meetings, and Mike, Lauren, Tanya, Doug, Chris, they've all been very instrumental, and we appreciate that. I thank you so much. Also, another thing that I thought we could bring up for discussion, and I don't know if we want to discuss it in my report, but it came out of the meeting this morning. We've been kicking around an idea of having spotlight on staff across campus. We talked about, call it whatever you want, big red brag or however you want to promote it, but we think it would be a really worthwhile thing for morale to maybe brag about 1, 2, 3 staff members. We could work out details, but if you all think this has merit, we could post it on social media. We could post it on the website. We could announce the big red brag at each meeting, something to kind of uplift people's spirits. So.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. And I say several, as probably know, several staff that have done great things that it doesn't even have to be just WKU related, just things they do in their free time. There's a lot of people that do a lot of good that work on this campus, and it'd be nice just to get them recognized for what they do to contribute to campus and to our community. Anything else, Jennifer?
If anyone is interested in working on that committee to promote and brag about staff across campus, we'd want to put a system together to make it work. Just shoot me an email and we can talk more about it.
All right. Tanya, is there a secretary report?
No.
No report. Doug, parliamentarian report. Would you like to discuss your document?
Yeah, I'd say just like Mike said, would love for everyone to take time, review it, understand a little bit about it. I don't know, and Mike and I have talked a little bit about staff senate utilizing parliamentary procedure. I don't know if we'd ever get to like a official, formal, very like structured way, but I think it can definitely help us in times of just divisive topics or longer discussions. So just take some time to review that. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate your work on that. All right. David, do you have a staff regent report?
Yes. So since we met, the regents there are now 3 new regents on the board. Curry Milliken, Bowling Green attorney, Jan West, a Louisville attorney, and the SGA just elected a new president, Garrett Edmonds. So all 3 of these individuals will be assigned for the next committee meeting on October 23rd. The first 2 are governor appointees, and the last one is the third. We have 3 elected regents. The last one is the student elected regent. Will take over for Will Harris at the next meeting. Philip Bale had a heart attack and is at home recovering. He is, because he recognized things very quickly, he was able to deal with that, and it's probably helped save his life. If you all are into praying for people, it wouldn't hurt to add him to your prayer list. Dr. Bale is a former chair, and his wife has also served on the Board of Regents, and they are fairly prominent in the Glasgow community. The only other item, because we have not met, we have begun the review process for President Caboni in terms of his evaluation. That outline of that timetable has been submitted to the regents. We have not had any discussions or any commentary or back and forth related to that, but I'm just signaling to you all that process has begun. And if, as always, if any of you need anything, please feel free to reach out to me. And I'm happy to help in any way possible. Thanks.
Thank you, David. Okay, I think that's all of our
You
report.
got about little old Chris, man.
Oh, sorry, Chris. I thought.
No problem, man. No
Yes,
problem.
yes, please, give us your technology report. I know that.
Well, I don't have anything
Sorry,
significant to
Chris.
report. I want to appeal to staff that are watching right now. I want to appeal to you guys as senators to encourage others to subscribe to our YouTube page. I mean, we're trying to get our followers up so we can, get more things customized on there. So if you're watching right now, it doesn't take but a second to click subscribe. Let a friend know, let a colleague know. Let's get these numbers up. There's no need of just watching and not subscribing. So that's all I got, Mike.
Yeah, sorry about that, Chris. I need to make a list of all our officers so I don't accidentally forget. All right. Okay, so we do not have any guest speakers today since Susan wasn't able to make it. So we're going to go ahead and go to staff senate business. And the first thing on our agenda is the staff senate's workforce committee is going to give an update on the policy review of 42501 alternative work arrangements. And they've been working hard on that. Monica Hines, Jordan Basham, Robert Unseld, Rachel Cato. Hopefully I'm not leaving anybody out. So I think Robert's going to lead this discussion. Robert, if you want to go ahead and take over.
Yes, thank you, Mike. To give a little history on what we're doing, I want to remind the body of the events of last year. We were approached by Human Resources and Faculty Senate to weigh in on the parental leave policy. During that discussion, the body determined that the best way to move forward was to have that discussion in a separate committee. And then the committee would do research, create a draft, and then bring that draft to the overall body to be passed. In that spirit, the workforce committee was created right after our most recent election cycle. And so the workforce committee is taking up for its first policy, the alternative workforce policy on the WKU website. A couple things to keep in mind is that what this group is wanting to do is to not just do this policy, but to be proactively reviewing policies that affect staff as the year progresses. And so this is the first one in that step. To outline for you all how we're going to be proceeding with this, I'll walk you through kind of our tentative timeline and then tell you what you can expect. The group has met once last week to establish a timeline to assign research roles within the group and to determine how we want to proceed. Between now and October 21st, we'll be conducting research, meeting with different parties on campus to understand not only the history of this policy, but what outside or external stakeholders there may be in this policy in our determination on how to create a draft. Of course, we'll be accepting feedback from other senators. So as you all are interacting with your constituents and they are bringing to you things that are important, please forward that on to members of the committee. We're going to convene again on October 21st. On that day, we'll begin constructing a draft, and it's our intent to present that draft to the body at our November meeting. So that's kind of the timeline we're going through. We'll review, draft construction, and then bring that back to the larger body in the November meeting. Monica, did I hit everything there? Did I leave anything out? Okay.
Oh, Robert, thanks for that explanation. Does anybody have any questions for Robert or for anybody else on the committee? Nope. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Robert. And once, I guess once y'all have that compiled, I will take that report and also present that to campus leadership so they know what we would like to see, and to kind of forward that request onto them. All right. So next on our agenda is update on the Staff Senate anonymous email management. Like I said earlier, there's been several people. I was working on that, and Jennifer also was also very thankful for all the help that she's received on coming up with a solution for us to effectively represent staff and to handle communications with staff and administration. So Jennifer, if you want to go ahead and just lead that for us.
Oh, I didn't know I was leading it, but that's okay.
Well,
I'm
I guess-
happy to lead. We have met numerous times to kind of mold and shape an anonymous email system. And Doug, help me out because you're the one who knows the most about this. But I am thrilled that we have come up with a system where people can direct questions or comments to us anonymously, and we can in return respond directly to them in an anonymous format. So Doug, if you want to share a little bit about the process that you went through and explain it.
Yeah, so I basically located a free service from a company called Custom Insight. And what they do is they set up, it's basically an anonymous comment or suggestion box. And what it allows is people to submit comments or questions, and they can either indicate that they don't care if they get a response or not directly, or if they would like a reply, they can input their email address. And the nice thing is, we as Staff Senate will have no access to that email address directly. So we will get a message saying, hey, this someone has provided this comment or question, and they have requested a reply. We'll be able to log in to the system and provide a reply in sort of a chat box. And it'll send to that person and email them the response, but we won't see that actual email address. So it basically sets up a relay between us and the provider, Custom Insight, and the staff member who submitted the question or comment.
I would also like to point out that we would like to create a concerted effort to also encourage people to respond directly to staff senators. So they're on the contact us page. We've kind of refigured it a little bit and put a little dialogue on there. And while anonymous emails have a place, we also want to encourage anybody who has questions, if you feel comfortable enough, to just reach out to any of the staff senators. And there is on that contact page a list of all the staff senators with their emails. And if you don't want to be identified, you can just tell that senator that. And that also is another avenue, as well as just the general Staff Senate email. So there's several mechanisms in place. We just want to try to get information to the correct people as efficiently as we can.
Yeah, I also want to add that, when you have any kind of issues or concerns, send those, whether you reply, if you indicate you want to reply or not, every Staff Senate member will get those emails. And if you indicate that you want to reply, we will do our best to make sure that we get you a reply. But if you choose not to get a reply, it's really hard for us to communicate with it being anonymous. So really excited about the Custom Insight that Doug found. So hopefully that will help us to be able to communicate with staff. And we're also going to add to our website, and I think Chris is trying to work on this, as to add a list of resources to get questions answered. Like we get a lot of questions, but Staff Senate does not have the authority to give those answers. So we had to use basically the same resources that are available to staff to get these answers. So what we're going to list is several things on the website, like the COVID hotline, or a number call if you have benefits question, or if you have just any kind of I guess the wellness type questions or so forth. Like, we'll list those numbers to make it easier. And if you try to get answers from these resources and you can't, let us know, and we will be there to help be an advocate for you to see if we can help you to get those answers that you need. Does anybody else have anything else or questions or anything they'd like to add to this?
I just like where would I go to use the custom insights thing? Is that on the?
Yeah, I guess we didn't really clearly say that. That's going to be on the Staff Senate webpage under the contact us, and I believe that's where we're going to put it, right, Chris? Is that for Jennifer?
Yeah, it's already live. It's good to go. If you go to the contact us page at the bottom, click the link, contact us. It'll shoot you to the custom insight page where you can make your request if you need it. I just want to throw in there also, I mean, our website, the ITS has done a great job. Our website, you can search anything you really want. So speaking to staff out there, if you really have a concern or you want to find out where you can get a resource, just go to the search bar and search it. But yeah, it's live to go on our website, so go check it out.
Well, and the link is labeled "Contact Us" on the website, isn't it, Chris?
Yes, at the bottom of the page.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
Chris.
for me as a user, like that looks like this is the same thing like with the Regents page where the notes are when you try to look at the attachments. It looks like a heading, just like the Staff Senate at the top of the page isn't a clickable link, but the contact us, just because it's red text, doesn't like jump out to me as being a link, right?
What do you want to see on there?
Oh, I don't know. I looked at the page and didn't understand that the second use of contact.
Well, if you read it, if you read the verbiage on the page, it tells you to click the link below.
Yeah, I know.
So if somebody just skims, that's kind of, that's on them. We're in the environment of higher education. People are gonna have to read, man.
Chris, could we just add like click here to contact us maybe?
Yeah, I can add that on. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I do have a question, or
Yeah. What you got?
or Doug, either one. So when the questions come in, I know that you guys were running some tests on there. When I clicked on it to do a response, it said we had to do like a login. Are we?
Yeah, that's a great question, Tanya. That response will probably go through Jennifer after. If there's anything we need to discuss, her being the communications officer, she can get that out there and respond. There's only a certain amount of people that have access to respond. It's kind of like the Staff Senate email, similar to that. But if you needed to respond directly, we could get you those credentials. That's not the issue.
Okay. So
I was going to say every question we're going to have it set up where when people submit issues, concern, or if they're having issues like trying to get a question answered and they need our help, those will be emailed to everybody on Staff Senate, so everybody will see that communication when it comes in. But I guess, and everyone will have access to the account to give that response. Does that clarify it for you, Tanya?
yeah, when you guys were running the test, it was just, I was thinking that we needed to respond, but that was just something Doug was doing. So that totally makes sense. I mean, I'm fine as long as we can see the questions, and then, whoever is going to be getting the answers or pursuing the answers, if they have questions, they can always reach out to the Staff Senate list and say, hey, I know you're an expert in this. Do you have a contact or something like that? I was just thinking it was just confusing yesterday when they were coming in, but as long as we can see what questions are coming in, then, I mean, that's good for me.
I do agree that more than one set of eyes on the responses is necessary. So we had talked about having a small committee that makes a decision and reaches out to the necessary people to answer the questions. So it wouldn't just be a one person responding back.
Right, yeah, I definitely think, because me, you, and Lauren had met about that, so we could discuss. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Question, Jennifer, when, if I use that form and indicate that I want it to go to a specific senator, does it still go to everyone and that senator is then prompted to respond, or does it just go to that senator?
It'll go to everyone. Sorry, Jennifer, to jump in there. It'll go to everyone. You could put that you want a certain person to respond. But I think if you wanted a response, it may make more sense just to go to that senator's email directly. But yeah, you definitely could do that. And like Mike said, everybody could have access to respond. So everyone would see the question. It's just that, if they wanted to deem you the person to respond, Robert or Jennifer, you could do that directly. And we have those credentials. We can put them on the shared drive. I think the logic was we just didn't want one individual speaking for the entire Senate unless we were able to come to a concise agreement. So.
No, I'm comfortable with funneling responses through Jennifer. I think that's appropriate. I was just wanting clarity on
yes,
how it was distributed.
Yeah, and each staff Senate member is, we all have our different areas of where we work. So we might be able to, so depends on where you work at, you might get a question sent to you since you might be able to answer that question, or we might be on a certain committee that's working on certain types of issues. So if it's, something personnel, like HR type related concern that someone might have, they want to send it to the workforce committee. They can look and see on our page, we have it listed on which committees each of the staff senators on. So that why we just kind of put that option there, just to say, hey, this might be a good question for, this would be a good question for Monica Hines or for Laura Nacello or whoever. They can indicate that in their response.
Hey, I have a quick question. It's just and I want all the IT people, forgive my IT ignorance right now. Seriously. When I click on the Staff Senate at wku.edu email on my phone, I'm going to show you what comes up.
Okay, it's hard for me to see on the Zoom meeting, but I will make
Sorry,
sure.
it says this website has been blocked from automatically composing an email. Is that a phone setting or is that a function of the mobile version of what's happening?
I have not tried it on the phone. Yeah, but Doug, have you tried testing that
I'll
out?
get back with you. I'm gonna look at that right now, David.
Yeah, I just want to. I just tried it just to see,
Yep.
and
It's valid.
it,
It's definitely valid.
it could be one of my settings. I just don't know.
Yeah, we definitely need to look into that for sure, David.
I think that's a function of the operating system. I think that's like are you in Safari, David?
It's an iPhone thing.
Yeah, I think it's an iPhone thing.
Because I just updated to like 14.0.1.
I got the same message, David. So it is I believe it's an iPhone because I've never had any issues prior to that. So.
Okay.
We'll look into that though. That's definitely, I'm glad you brought that up, David.
I wasn't
It
going to
does look
send
like
one.
the custom insight form will work on the iPhone though, or on any phone. So.
I have one.
And as long as you hit allow, it will let you compose.
Yeah.
I have one additional quick question. Is the new system that we're doing with Doug and everything and the contact us, does that completely take away the Staff Senate anonymous email? Is that now gone?
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to use that.
That wasn't clear. I didn't know if we were going to have both concurrent.
Yeah, that was the debate back and forth. Should we get rid of it and go with the new system? And I think that's what was agreed upon.
So when people send an email to Staff Senate, it goes to the contact, or it goes to the third party, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then it comes to us.
Well, if people use the form, it goes to us. It goes to the third party. If they email Staff Senate at WKU.edu, it would just go to the Staff Senate email.
But it would not be anonymous.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I want to point out for those that are listening that when you go to this new anonymous system to get a reply, you put your email in, but that is not seen by the Staff Senate.
Mm-hmm.
We need to probably make a note of that on the page.
Yeah, we can do that. It won't take much, but yeah, no email. You can't guarantee a response. So yeah, I'll get that updated.
Okay. Is that all for this discussion? All right. Next on the agenda is the staff senate email reviews. We have one question about, are we going to do a fall break brunch? Just want to kind of give you some insight. Well, first off, we were not planning to do a fall break brunch this year because we were going to look at maybe doing some kind of spring social to replace that because President Camboni would like to see an event take place for fall, like for everyone. You know, we kind of toyed around with the idea of having some kind of event like before a home football game. Like I thought that sounded really cool. It'd be fun just to invite faculty and staff to, and kind of let the university kind of handle that side. And we would like to do, you know, something in the spring, whether it's some kind of small get together, like, you know, like some kind of, I don't know, maybe just ice cream social or something. We haven't set that in stone, but unfortunately with COVID-19 this year, we haven't been able to do any of that. We can't even get small groups together right now because, especially when you're involving food, because people don't want to be around other people while they're eating because they don't have their mask on. So unfortunately, we're not able to do any kind of get-togethers like that this year. Does anybody else have anything else that they would like to add?
Also too, Mike, I mean, the fall break, since it's been kind of combined with Thanksgiving break, we actually won't be working during those 2 days that are deemed as the fall break. So
That's a good point too. Yeah, typically our fall break is we're here and students aren't, but we're not here either. So, okay, and we received an email asking about if we were going to have a compensation study. And from I got from leadership right now, it just right now with the, I guess everything going on pandemic and in the budget, that is being put on hold for the time being. And another email that we got, we were contacted by a student looking for direction on how to report an issue that her, well, I'm saying like a student and some other students were having. So I sent her a list of different options of how she could. I didn't know what her issue was. She did not communicate that, and I didn't ask. And so I just sent her several different resources, pathways that she could do to try to get her issue resolved on campus. And she emailed back. She was really grateful that we sent her that information. So, you know, even though that we're not really there to support, you know, staff senate's not there to, I guess, to answer questions like that, but, you know, we're all staff and we're here to help students as much as we can. So it was nice to see that we were able to help this student out, and she mailed back and she was really grateful for the time that we took to get her that information. So anything we can do to help students out, I'm willing to do that. All right. Let's see. That is everything on our agenda except for the announcements. Our next meeting is going to be on November the 4th. And is there any other announcements?
Well, I don't have an announcement. I have a question before
Okay.
we get off of here. All of our approved meeting minutes, they're not on the shared drive from what I can see unless they're somewhere else, but I need to get them on the site while I'm making some adjustments to the contact page as well. So if you and Tanya can get that for me, work that out, and I'll get that added to the site.
Okay, and Chris, I'm so glad you said that because I skipped over the approving of the last month's minutes. All right, this morning I'm not, I'm skipping over things. Okay, so send out the minutes that Tanya put together, and so I wonder if I get a motion to approve the minutes.
I move to approve the minutes from last month's meeting.
Okay, do I have a second? All right, and So everybody is on camera. So if you approve, hold up your hand, say aye. Or okay. Is that everybody? Okay. Jordan, did you approve? I couldn't see if your hand went up or not. And Tanya, I don't see you, Tanya.
Yeah, I don't have a camera. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I left my laptop at home. But hey, who was the second? I didn't get who seconded.
Emily.
Okay, thanks, Emily.
Okay, well, this was a short meeting today. So does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add?
I'm sorry. I have a quick question, and I only want to ask. I met Chris. Can you call me when we get off?
Of course.
When I click on the contact us, it takes me to the page, and I'm talking about using my phone, right?
Mhm.
I don't see the link to the third party. I'm doing something.
It's right above. So I thought I was muted. Sorry. So if you scroll down, right under the right above the email where the staff sent it and the contact members directly, that red contact us. If you click that, it'll actually send you to the custom insight.
Oh boy, I didn't even think about clicking on that.
So if you look at the paragraph directly above that,
okay.
Yeah, it'll tell you where you can click that link directly below. But I'll get that. We'll make that more visible.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't even think to do that.
It's all
Is that
good.
what you were talking about?
These are the things we need to work out. So this is a living, breathing thing. It's not going to be perfect.
So the good news is that takes me directly to that third party thing.
Yes.
Without a warning on my phone.
Right.
So okay. All right, man. I'm sorry.
If anyone out there gets that warning for the email, just click allow. It'll let you do what you got to do.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Sorry, y'all.
Okay. All right. Everything's been going on for agenda. So, okay. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Actually, Mike, real quick question. Sorry. Because the university committee, we met this morning and we discussed, we've actually met, a couple committees have met. I don't know if you've discussed it, like last year you had us put the, just kind of a blurb about from each of the committees that were on the custom shared. I don't see a place for that this year. Do you have a place to put the committee reports?
Oh yeah, just, well, we just need to create another folder on there and then we'll just, just create a new year and we just need to start putting those reports from your group that everybody's bringing back now, that where people start to have meetings again into that folder. That way we can all review and we can add those to the minutes as well.
Okay, yeah, because I think, Jared, did you want to talk about the diversity meeting that you guys met at all?
We did have a diversity and embracement committee meeting this month, and there was the diversity statement was voted on and approved, and I think they'll be getting that out fairly soon. And also a WKU policy and procedure statement proposal for religious and cultural observations was approved, and I think that will probably be getting that out for review too. So,
Julia, I saw your hand up. Did you have something else you want to add? Okay.
But I'll add that once, Mike, if you could let me know when you have that set on the shared drive, or I'll keep an eye on it and I'll drop those statements and that policy and procedure proposal on there too.
Yeah, and when the officers give their reports, feel free. We probably need to change our meeting agenda format some to, a lot of the officer reports I think is going to come from basically from the committees. So like Tanya, like when you do your report, you can bring back the report from the university committee, or Monica can bring back things from the committee that needs to be presented and so forth. Does that sound good to everybody to start handling it that way?
Okay, that sounds good. That way we know. So to present
Yeah,
on
sorry.
not just like secretary
I
stuff,
didn't make
but
that clear before, and just probably need to change the way we do an agenda now that we're also going to be changing our parliamentary procedure. We need to get things kind of reorganized to be more effective and efficient. Okay, well, if there's nothing else, I guess we can adjourn our meeting now. Sorry about that. All right. Hey, y'all have a good day.
bye everyone. Thank you.